I'm going to give you 7 ideas to train yourself to play your part in reflecting God's heart for the nations. You train yourself, you teach yourself, you create habits over a lifetime. It doesn't just happen. You train yourself, you teach yourself, and you have the opportunity now when you're young to set in place some habits that you can take throughout your lifetime when you start to get towards as old as I am. Okay, what's on your bedroom wall? Now, you don't have to answer that question actually, because we won't have time to go through that. I'm sure there's lots of different interesting posters and all sorts of things there, pictures of things. But let me encourage you to have at least one Bible verse on your bedroom wall. At least one. A Bible passage that reminds you of the importance of God's heart for the nations. And you could get something from Jonah, if you want. Or you could get something from Acts. You will receive the Holy Spirit. You will receive power, and the Holy Spirit comes on you, and you'll be my witnesses in Jerusalem, and Judea, and Samaria, and to the ends of the earth. Put a Bible verse on your wall to remind yourself of God's plan for the nations. Every time you see it, ask the question, God, what part do you want me to play? You can also have a map of the world. A map to remind you that God is a God of the nations. It's not just a God of Stratfield. God is a God of the nations. Have a map somewhere in your room, globe maybe, on your desk maybe, on your wall, to remind you that God is a God of the nations. Okay, what's on your fridge? What's on your fridge? Does anybody have any of these on their fridge? Yes, that's great. Excellent. I remember when I was your age, I remember going to friends' places and seeing they had all these photos on their fridge. I went home and we didn't have any photos on our fridge. So I said, right, I want a photo on my fridge. So I managed to get some photographs of some missionaries. I went to a conference called the CMS Summer School. Has anybody been to CMS Summer School? Yes. I went to the conference in my early 20s and I said, right, the first missionary to get on that stage, I'm going to go and get their card, their photo, I'm going to stick it on my fridge at home. So I did, and that was a missionary in Slovenia. And then I started to pray for him because I had that on his fridge. If you don't have any photographs of the missionaries from this church on your fridge, I've got good news. I've got a whole bunch of them here tonight. So take one before you go tonight and see if you can apply for them. Okay, what's on your desk? What's on your desk? Now, CMS has things called prayer diaries. Every day of the month, you can pray for a different country. Every day of the month. There's different people, different stories, different things. You go, okay, what's the day of the month today? What's the date today? 17th, okay. Let's see what country it is on the 17th. I should know, I was praying for it this morning. Okay, and it is the Middle East, Jordan, and Pakistan. There's a lot going on in the Middle East right now, isn't there? We can pray for people who are there. Pray for people who are there. Okay, that's what you can have on your desk. You can also, hold on, yes, that's right, no go, sorry. When you get one of these, and I've got some of them here, if you want to take one tonight, I'll give you a challenge. Try to find the kids your age, the youth your age. It's missionary kids. Same age as you, but living in a different culture. So you can find them, see who they are, so you can find anybody who's the same age as you and say, well, I'm going to pray for that missionary kid. I'm going to pray for him specifically. Okay, what about food? What's on your list of favourite foods? Okay, on my list of favourite foods is ham and pineapple pizza. Anybody have that written down, ham and pineapple? Okay, that's about as bland as you can get. I am not a foodie at all. And so when I went to Asia, I had to learn how to appreciate foods that I'd never eaten before and I was never interested in eating. But if you get into the habit when you're young of eating foods you're not used to, God might call you to another culture, another context to serve, and you're already used to eating different types of food, so that won't be such a shock for you. But when you're eating food that you're not used to, you can also pray for missionaries in other countries eating food that they don't like. But they do it because they want to share the gospel with people in that culture. So take risks at eating food, and when you eat food, It's out of your comfort zone. Remind yourself. That's what missionaries do every day. They eat food that they don't like, but they do it for the sake of the gospel. Okay, what's on your way to school? That was on my way to school. I went to school across the road from the beach, so I saw the beach every day when I went to school. And then I went to high school and caught the train. Well, what you can do is pick one thing. One thing. Anybody recognise the beach? Whereabouts? Oh, very good. It's next to Thorol. Yes, and Jane, what's it called? Jimmy's Beach. Not Jimmy's Beach. Austinmere Beach. I grew up 5 minutes walk from Austinmere Beach, and I went to school across the road from Austinmere Beach. So when you go to school, pick a landmark that you go past every day and use it as a prompt to pray for one person. Pray for a country. You've heard about China tonight. So, okay, when I go past that traffic light, I'm going to pray for China. Every time I go past that traffic light, I'm going to pray for what's going on in China. Pick something on your way to school. Maybe it's just standing at the bus stop, instead of getting your phone out while you're at the bus stop waiting for a few minutes. So, okay, for that 2 minutes, I'm going to pray at the bus stop while I'm waiting for the bus. Use your daily routine. Okay, number 6. What's on your school timetable? Now, you all get to choose. Who's in year 12 here? Anybody? Year 12? Okay, you're very young looking year 12s, but they're in year 12? Yeah. Okay, yes, you're about to finish, so this doesn't apply to you. Okay, maybe university perhaps. Who's in year 11? Okay, one. Okay, year 10. Good, this could apply to you. Who's in year 9? Year 8? Year 7? Year 6? Yes, okay, I know a few year 6s. Okay. When you are in high school, you get a chance to choose your subjects. Not all of them. You get a chance to choose some. So I encourage you to choose a language subject because you don't know where God is going to call you in the future. If you learn a language when you're in high school, 10 years later, 20 years later, God might use that language that you learned to be useful in another country. So I encourage you all, for the sake of the gospel, choose a language. Choose a language. And related to that is the other one, geography. Yes. Geography is a great subject to do because you learn about the world. You learn about God's world. And you don't know what God's going to do with the knowledge that you have. So prepare yourself now for what God might do in your lifetime. I went to a school called Tiggs in Wollongong and they had Asian studies. The last thing that I wanted to do at Tiggs was Asian studies. I grew up next to the beach, for goodness sake. Not a single Asian person lived in Austinmere. It was all white Anglo-Saxon like me. My biggest regret is that I did not study. Not my biggest regret. One of my regrets is I did not study Asian studies in high school because I ended up in Asia for 15 years. And I wish I had made that decision when I was at school to actually explore some subjects that were out of my comfort zone so that it would be easy for me later on. Pick a subject, then a language. Pick a subject that's going to teach you about the world. Okay, last one. I think, last one. Thank you. What's on the top of your list of priorities in life? Aspirations. Okay. Now, anybody recognise this photo? Yes. Where is it? That's right. I took it right there. When did I take it? About 2 hours ago. Now, this is called St Andrew's Hall. Is that right? This hall? St Andrew's Hall. Church of St Andrews. Now, there is another St Andrew's Hall that is very famous for Christians. Does anybody know where it is? Eli. St Andrew's Cathedral is in the city. That's very close, but it's not the one that I'm thinking. I'll put a picture up for you. Nobody knows what that is, do you? Do you know where that is, ma'am? Melbourne, yes. And what's it called? No, it's a good guess, mate. It's a very good guess. Every now and then, you have a stab in the dark and you get it right. So that's in Melbourne. It's called St Andrew's Hall in Melbourne. Does anybody know what happens in St Andrew's Hall in Melbourne? Jane? Important authority. Some important things go on there. Yeah, Mia, what happens there?
Missionaries get trained.
Okay, all right, that's 2 stones in the dark you've had tonight, Leah. Okay, it is a place where CMS missionaries who you support as a church go and get trained. Spend 6 months living in Melbourne, and then head overseas after some more time in your home. And so, I want to encourage everybody here, when you think about your aspirations in life, what's on the top of your list of aspirations in life? I want to challenge you today to write down that one of your aspirations in life is to spend some time, this is the last thing I'm going to say, I'm going to challenge you to say, one of my aspirations in life, or some part of my life, I want to be a missionary. I want to be a missionary and serve in a cross-cultural context. Make it your aspiration to do the greatest road trip in Australia, to drive down to Melbourne, to go to St Andrew's Hall. I challenge you to make that one of your aspirations.